Okay, so we're in a Week 12 matchup here, a little bit of a dogfight, 7-7 going into the almost into halftime here, and TJ McDonald does whatever the hell you want to call this, rather than intercept the ball or try to swat it down or something like that. Hadouken! It makes no sense. Why would you punch the ball like that?
You're watching Building the Franchise with the Jacksonville Jaguars, only on MBL Network.
Welcome back to Build the Franchise. Before we get into that Washington Redskins game, though, we're going to look at the game against the Houston Texans, who are also having a pretty rough year so far. We start the game off, we get a stop on the 30-yard line. They go to kick a field goal, and we block it. With a one-handed catch, Calais Campbell picks the ball off. I wouldn't call it picking the ball off, I guess. He catches the ball in the air. Leonard Fournette had a touchdown in this game. He actually had a pretty good game throughout this whole game here, but the clock and everything at the top of the screen is going to look a little crazy during these highlights because we did have a disconnect, so we had to we mocked the game back. So all of it's pretty much in the first half, but it was over the course of an entire game. So look at this guy right here. Just watch him very carefully as he goes to take a water break.
And that's what I call high-quality H2O.
Apparently, he was extremely thirsty from this Marquise Lee catch and run. Next up, though, we do have the game against the Washington Redskins, and this is the play you've seen earlier, the absolute ridiculous punch from TJ McDonald, where he knocks the ball 25 yards backwards for them to continue on to score a touchdown before the half. And the Redskins came into this game suffering a huge loss, 30-3 against the Indianapolis Colts. And as you remember, we beat the Colts, so therefore we automatically beat the Redskins, whether we win or lose. Remember, bomber logic. And as you've seen from the first play of this game here, the TJ McDonald play, this was a really close game. Despite them being a much better team than us on paper, we kept it pretty close throughout.
Oh, he needs some milk!
Oh, Leonard Fournette, he has a family. He has a family. You can't do things like that to him. Anyways, going on with this game here, we had a pass completion for a touchdown to our left tackle with the little play-action left tackle sneak. And Daniel Shirley finished this game with 77% completion and 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with 159 yards. So he didn't necessarily throw for a ton of yards, but he did throw for the ones that counted. And we did end up losing this game 16-17 as we scored a touchdown at the end and missed the 2-point conversion. Looking a little bit toward the offseason here, we are not going to re-sign TJ Yeldon, Dante Fowler Jr., and the main reason for not bringing Fowler back is complete lack of production. For season 26, he had 25 tackles, 7 sacks, and a forced fumble, and so far in season 27, he's only had 8 tackles and 1 sack. That's not how you want to perform in Jacksonville when you're up for a contract with a team that has money to spend. So Dante Fowler will not be returning. He will be going to free agency no matter what. He is out of Jacksonville. We will also be letting Can, Durant, and Liston be all test free agency this year as well as Brandon Allen and Mizell, the 3rd string running back that we have right now. For our remaining games of this season, we take on the Broncos at home. Then we head up to New York to take on the Giants, and then come back to Jacksonville for the remaining 3 games of the season, 2 of which are division games. We finish out the season with the Titans, the winless Eagles, and the Texans. The Broncos come into this game at 4-7 with Chad Kelly at quarterback, but we're not here to talk about Chad Kelly. We're never really talking about another team's quarterback in depth unless they're absolutely terrible and our defense feasts on them. But Daniel Shirley came into this game, completed 84% of his passes. He didn't have any touchdowns, but he also didn't turn the ball over. And the big key of this game was this field goal block right here. TJ McDonald Jr. picks it up and returns his 2nd field goal block for a touchdown on the season, which gives us the lead in the 4th quarter, gives us a 10-point lead. We already had a 3-point lead. So it gives us a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter, and the Broncos were not able to come back from that. Chad Kelly threw 2 interceptions in the 4th quarter after that blocked field goal, which happened with about 3 minutes left in the game, including this interception to Jalen Myrick, who returned it for a touchdown, running Chad Kelly over despite him being blocked as he was running him over. We hold on to win the game 34-14. Giving us our 2nd victory of the season. However, just like the last time we won a game this season, we did lose Telvin Smith. He's going to be out for the remainder of this year, and that's not something we're wanting to happen as we move forward, especially if we're shooting for a Super Bowl in 2 seasons. By then, we're going to have the water boy and the towel boy in the game because everybody will be injured every time we win, apparently. But that's going to wrap up this episode, guys. I know it's still a little short, but again, we didn't have as many game weeks in this one, so we're still waiting for some more content so we can make sure these are about 10 minutes long. But make sure you guys are leaving some comments down below. Up here on the screen, since this outro here has started, there's been some stats for Daniel Shirley and Jacoby Brissett so far for season 27. Let me know down in the comments how you think Daniel Shirley, aka the Savior, has done so far since taking over in Jacksonville, and make sure you guys tune in next week.